Now, we talk about Trump. Let's talk about politics, because this is one of the most triggering things in the world, especially in America right now. You got Trump and you got Biden, and everyone's got opinions about them. You either love them or hate them. I'm sure everybody either loves or hates one of them. So this is an example everyone can relate to, maybe. You look at that and you can learn from that. So if I hate Biden and I think, oh, look at this guy, he can't even string a sentence together, he can't walk off a stage, that's telling me something about myself. If I hate Trump because, I don't know, he's getting indicted or he lies or this, then there's something I can learn. If I love Trump, that infatuation with him is also steering me wrong somehow and being not present. And if I address that, that's going to allow me to be more authentic self. Am I starting to get some of this stuff right?
Yeah. Well, don't be fooled by facades. Because when you think you've seen a hero, beware. And when you think you've seen a villain, beware. That's not who they are. I mean, don't we have enough people, the Bill Cosbys, the Lance Armstrongs, that say that there's a hero and a villain? There's always two sides. And so I don't waste my time believing the facades that people portray or be labeled. I don't waste my time on it. If I find myself polarized to one side or the other on something, I stop and reflect and go, okay, it's obviously bringing up something in me. Where do I do that and humble it? And where do they do the opposite? In the Demartini method, there's a question in there. Go to a moment where and when you perceive this individual displaying or demonstrating the trait in action you despise or admire most. You in that moment, get present. Where are you? When are you? Make sure you're there. In that moment, who are they demonstrating that to? Well, most people are judging what they do to them, but sometimes they're judging whether they're doing something to somebody else. Okay, at that moment, who are they doing it to? Okay, they're verbally criticizing me. Now go to a moment where and when the same individual is displaying 180-degree opposite anti-trait to you, where they verbally praise you about the way you're managing money or the way you're raising your kids. And they go, well, he didn't. He's always that way. I said, no, there is no always and nevers in human behavior. It doesn't exist. The only place you have always and nevers is in universal laws with gravity and radiation, but not in human behavior. I said, so let's take a look at where he was praising you. I can't see any. Anytime you say that somebody, when I ask, where did you do it? And they say, I don't know and I can't and I'm not. It means that they don't want to find it because it's going to crack their facade that they want to be right in their opinion and they project it. I said, so now go in there and get past your facades and answer the question and don't make anything up, but just look. Yeah, when I was at graduation, yeah, he praised me for my graduation. I said, can you see he has a high value in education? Yes. So when you're doing something that supported his value, he praised you. And now go to a moment when he's criticizing you. Can you see you're doing something that's challenging his values? She goes, yes. I said, now go to next time he praised you. When I was able to pay for my own car without having to rely on the family. Can you see he has a high value in you becoming independent? Yes. Can you see you were being supportive of his value at that time? Yeah. When you support people's values, they're nice as a pussycat. If you challenge values, they're mean as a tiger. So she goes, yeah. I said, you have been labeling him because you challenge a lot of his values, that he's always that way, and he's not. He's that way when you challenge his values, and he's the complete opposite way when you don't. Donald Trump can be really tough, but if you go watch him in the garden scene when his wife, Melania, is doing a presentation and doing a speech in the garden, he's sitting there with tears in his eyes, humble, looking at his wife and having tears in his eyes. But nobody showed that on the internet. You know, they don't show that unless you really look. But he's also got the other side because she's doing something that inspires him and matches his values at that moment. So what happens is if you go in there and find out where the opposite trait is until the quantity is equal, the label dissolves. And whenever you have an absolute label, you have non-resilience, non-adaptability. Because if you have a label of positive, the parasympathetic dominance, you have a label of negative, the sympathetic dominance, and you have non-resilience, and your heart rate variability goes down. And so because anything you infatuate with, you fear the loss of. Anything you resent, you fear the gain of. And so you're living anxiety because you're now judging these people with such extremes. So you're the one paying the price of your own judgment projected. So I make them go in there until they see that that person is both. And that person's not nice, that person's not mean. I'm not a nice person. I'm not a mean person. I'm not a kind or a cruel person. I'm an individual human being with the set of values, and if people support my values, I'm nice as a pussycat. But if you challenge my values, I can be mean as a tiger. If I go to the airport and I'm checking in and they say, oh, Dr. Demartini, we've got an upgrade and you got this and a special class, last lunch and the lounge or whatever. I'm a nice guy. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, you know. If they go in and says, well, somehow, even though you have 100 million miles on the mileage, somehow we've overlooked like that. We don't have your flight and everything else, and they won't be able to go for a week or something like that, unless you go economy or something like that. I go, may I speak to the supervisor? And if the supervisor comes out and they say no, I say, can I talk to somebody who's got more power? I want Richard Branson here now, right? I start getting assertive and aggressive because I'm not getting anywhere with the passive one. So I pull out the other side. And you need both sides in order to master your life. And if you can't love and honor both sides of your life, you're going to hold yourself back from achieving something. And you're going to need both sides, both the peace, the war, the kind, the cruel, the positive, negative, the support, the challenge in your journey. And you got to be able to love all parts of yourself. And when you can do that, you'll see all these people out there as parts of you, and you'll love them too.
There's a great line. It says, you're the villain in someone else's story.
Yes.
And yet most people would completely object to that. What do you mean? I'm a good person. I'm a hero.
Well, that's a dissociation from what they feel ashamed of.
Okay, explain that.
Anytime you feel ashamed of something, your amygdala, because of the judgment, wants to dissociate and build up a pride to cover up the shame.
Okay.
That's it. And so the more defensive they are, the more they're hiding their shame.
Okay.
And the shame is trying to humble them, and the pride is, exaggerating themselves. But the more you go into pride, the more you know the shame is there. So I don't pay attention to these personas. Anytime people have emotions, I know they don't have complete awareness. Emotions are imbalanced ratios of perception. Love and gratitude is when you bring them into balance. And so when people are sitting there highly emotive and really charged up about something like that, I don't pay much attention to that. If your wife comes in and has all emotions, I don't sit there because I know in 15 minutes it's going to change. It's going to swap the other direction. So I basically understand that those are two pairs of opposites there. And if they're blind to one side or blind to the other side, they're going to emote, they're going to defend their opinion. But that's not what's going on. There's a hidden side there. So I ask questions and help them become aware of that. And when they do, they center themselves.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. I'm looking for partners, collaborators, colleagues who want to join forces with me around the globe and create real value, generational wealth, and financial freedom for everyone else around the world. Get involved in the cryptocurrency markets, get involved in the NFT markets. This is your moment. Life all comes down to a few moments. Don't let this pass. Now it's not too late. Next year's going to be too late. Ultimately, this is about freedom. That's the way I see it. This is about giving power back to the people and enabling billions of people worldwide to use the financial markets to improve their lives and those of their friends and their families and their communities. Honestly, I think it's a violation of human rights not to allow people basic access to financial services. Because right now people are being kept in the dark, they're being robbed of education, and it's a travesty. And so I'm looking for people that want to join me and be a part of this solution. And that all happens inside the DeFi Academy. The gains my students are making are absolutely amazing. Double, triple digit gains in the first month alone. That's amazing. This will change your life. Now is the time to get involved. I'm going to tell you exactly how my students in my academy made money in the last 30 days. I'm talking about real trading results. And let me just whet your appetite a little bit. Let me hit you with some numbers. I'm talking Brendan from New Zealand is up 68.77% on the month. Steve from Europe up 83%. Albert in Singapore up 169.9% on one single trade. I got Susan up 153% on her call options alone, also rocking 139% returns and 442% returns as well on individual trades. These are people that are changing their financial future in the last 30 days, but it's based on trading discipline.
I've graduated over 500 students from inside my academy from over 54 countries around the world. It's amazing. When it comes to crypto, DeFi, and blockchain, we love this space. We truly believe it's the future. This is down to our core. It's authentic to what we're doing, and everybody can tell through the camera because you can't make this stuff up.
If you're watching me now, wherever you are, I implore you, take 60 seconds right now and join my academy. Apply today. Now you've got a chance. Life all comes down to a few moments. What are you gonna do? What's the choice that you're going to make?